Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Talk Sports podcast on Thursday, November 2nd. Today's show, I'm going to be talking about my NFL locks and upsets of the week, as well as a small Thursday night preview. Of course, my name is Alec Pequignot, and this is the Talk Sports podcast. Let's get right to the show. Here are my three locks of the week for the NFL. My first lock is the Ravens -6 against the Seahawks. And I like both offenses in this game. I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I do think the Ravens end up covering the point spread, which is why this is a lock. And I like the Ravens to win. Just a little hint at what you may see Sunday on Sunday's show. My second lock of the week is the Browns -8 over the Cardinals. Cardinals just made a quarterback switch to Clayton Tune, but I'm thinking this is only for one game. And I like the Browns to win this game. We don't know. The only thing I don't know is if Deshaun Watson is going to play this week. If he plays, I'll take the Browns -8 all day. I'm going to take the Browns here to cover, which is why, again, they're a lock, -8. And the third lock of the week is the Packers -3.5 over the Rams. I think Jordan Love is going to come out and play with his heart on fire and say, look, I don't want to be the one to get replaced as quarterback. I want to be here long term. And that is why I have the Packers -3. Now, my upset picks. I'm giving you 3 upset picks. My number one upset pick this week is the Buccaneers +3 to upset the Texans. I like this one for 2 reasons. The first one is I think the Bucs defense can take advantage of that Texans offensive line, and I don't think Houston will be able to run the football. The Buccaneers' run defense is top 10 in the NFL. That is why, and I think the Buccaneers are going to force Houston to throw the ball a lot. C.J. Stroud's probably going to have over 30 passing attempts. And I think the Buccaneers will pull off the upset here. +3 is the play I like. We got the Vikings and the Falcons, the battle of the backup QBs. For Minnesota, it is Jaren Hall getting the start. They did trade for Joshua Dobbs, but Jaren Hall gets the first opportunity to be the starting quarterback for the Vikings. And I like the Vikings +4.5 in this game. I think Dobbs is going to come out and play. I mean, not Dobbs. I think Jaren Hall comes out and plays the game of his life against Atlanta's defense. Atlanta's defense is probably upset because they got toasted by Will Levis last week. For 4 passing touchdowns from Will, they gave up 4 passing TDs to Will Levis in Levis's NFL debut last week. Now let's see what Jaren Hall can do for an encore against this Falcons defense. I have the Vikings +4.5. And my last upset this week is the Panthers +2.5 over Indy. I liked what I saw from Carolina last week. I really do. I think they have a chance to win a few more games, maybe 2 or 3, but they will not. They're nowhere near ready to compete for the NFC South. But I like them to upset Indy here and take the point spread of +2.5. Now, my stud team of the week from last week, the Denver Broncos. Yes, you heard me right. The Denver Broncos are my stud team of the week this week because they ended a losing streak they had against the Chiefs. And to say that's an understatement, it is, because I didn't think the Broncos could do it, but they did. That is why they're my stud team of the week. And it pains me to do this. My dud team of the week is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the reason I have them as my dud team of the week is because they fumbled that game against Atlanta last week. Atlanta gave them every chance in the world to win, for the Buccaneers to win that game last week. And the Buccaneers failed big time. Miserably failed. And now we got preview Thursday Night Football. Titans Steelers. The line is 36.5. Over under points. The line is Steelers -3, Titans +3. The over under is 36.5. And now I will give you some plays in this game. My picks, I have the over 36.5. Titans +3 to cover, but I have the Steelers winning. Now Thursday Night Football, player props. My first player prop is Will Levis higher than 17 completions. I think Levis is going to have he's going to have to throw a lot, and I think he will end up with around 25 to 30 pass completions in this game against the Steelers, because they're going to have to throw. They don't really have an option. Player prop number 2, Derrick Henry, higher than 71.5 rushing yards. I like this player prop because I looked at his stats, and 3 times this year, he's gone over that prop. So I'm taking Henry higher than 71.5 rushing yards. And my last player prop for this game is George Pickens, higher than 53.5 receiving yards. Pickens is the number one. Pickens is the 1A. He's one of the top weapons on the Steelers, even though Deontay Johnson's back. And I like Pickens to go over 53.5 receiving yards, because I think Tennessee's going to have their top cornerback on covering Deontay Johnson the whole game. So I think Pickens has a big game today. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of the Talk Sports Podcast. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the videos. And I will see you back here at 4 o'clock for Falcons Franchise. Have a great next 2 hours before Falcons Franchise.